In this video, we find out, why is the Skibidi taxi driver chasing this cameraman? Who is really this hairy Skibidi Toilet? What are the speaker women's powers? Why is she only showing up now? This and much more in this video. Be sure to watch the video to the end so you don't miss anything new. Let's go. Boom has published episode 61, and he did it at 4 a.m. Just to remind you, he posted episode 60 at 3 a.m. I don't know what this has to do with, but Boom posts his videos late at night. Now let's finally get round to episode 61. Make some tea, grab a biscuit, and we'll get going. So let's have a look at what Boom left in the description under his video. Spearmen are saving everyone again? Yes, Boom likes to ask questions like this. I'll tell you right off the bat, it's true, okay? Let's take a look at who the speakermans are saving. So, in these shots, we notice a wounded cameraman. If you look closely, he's missing his right arm. His arm has been severed by this new Skibidi on wheels. You can see that this Skibidi Toilet on wheels is chasing this particular cameraman, because it is purposefully moving towards him and destroying other cameramen at the same time. Then the paralyzer cannon is used on it, after which it changes its direction and crashes into the car, and then explodes. The cameraman is saved. Also in these shots, we notice a secret agent, and you know very well that it's Dafook. This time, for some reason, he's not glowing. Perhaps he only glows during the days, and at night he looks like a normal agent. That and much more you'll find out in this breakdown. There's a new Skibidi Toilet coming around the corner. I noticed straight away he's kind of weird. He's an unusual Skibidi Toilet. He switches on his spotlights and blinds the cameraman, and then brutally kills them. After that, he wants to finish off our cameraman in the red shirt. Okay, let's take a closer look at this new Skibidist. Firstly, as I said, he has two powerful spotlights. He uses these searchlights to blind the cameramans and then finish them off with his cannons. We can see several holes in the front. Most likely a small caliber is coming out from there. On the left and right sides, we see missiles. On the back, he has a jetpack. Since the Skibidi's image is unusual, I decided to look into it. I first thought it was some character from Half-Life 2, but as it turns out, there is no such character in that game. I first noticed this shot on Boom's official Instagram, so let's see who the hairy one really is. Go to Boom's Instagram and open his penultimate post. We click on this photo and we see, it's probably a nickname. And then we see a link to this author, so it was a reference to this person. As it turns out, it's a famous American YouTuber, and probably a friend of Boom. And here's his channel, Penguin Zero, so that's actually his nickname. Alright, let's get back to the episode. Our Skibidi notices the speaker woman. She's just walking and dancing, just like the rest of us. Skibidi tries to mold her. He fails, as speaker woman doesn't have eyes and lenses like cameramen. So she mocks this Skibidi with a toilet. But Skibidi decides to use a rocket. In doing so, the Skibidi damages itself. From behind, she pulls out small knives, places them next to her speakers, and uses her sound to throw them at the Skibidi. And with the exact same technique, throws herself at the Skibidi Toilet, removes the protection over the flush, and flushes the Skibidi. After which she lands epically on the ground, thereby helping our cameraman in the red shirt. And further, we notice that she has help coming to her. It's the speakermans, and they're all dancing, thus celebrating their victory. Our cameraman shows a bark gesture and waits for the speaker women to respond. But of course she doesn't show him the bark as she doesn't know what it means. But it is good that you know about it. Don't forget the like, please. Alright, let's recap. Episode 61 begins with the agents running from an apparent death delivered to them by a Skibidi taxi driver. Notice that one of the fleeing agents has something sparking in his hands. They may have tried to take the taxi driver's Skibidi apart as a group, but as you can see, they failed. So two of the agents run away, but one is still cut off by the taxi driver. It's worth noting that the spinning discs of death look pretty intimidating, especially when their owner can develop a fast speed when moving. And as we've learnt, this agent survived. Back to the plot again. I forgot to mention that in the background of this, Skibidi is something that looks like a control panel. I think it's specifically a command panel that's in charge of technical performance. For example, there's an engine to fly, there are rocket launchers, there are light projectors. It's probably supposed to monitor and control all of that. If we look closely at the panel, we can see the graph that is responsible for the engine performance indicator. How do I work that out? Logically, if it is in the air, it means that the engine is working at a certain power, and it is shown to us. I also have one guess about the buttons on the control panel, but we will talk about them a little later. Speaker Woman appearance. Most importantly, in heels. Her level of calm is at an all-time high. She's all relaxed. She's dancing. She's not embarrassed by the hairy Skibidi standing in front of her. She's not embarrassed by her destroyed allies. She's going wholeheartedly and enjoying herself. Then there's a sudden stop and applause. Honestly, that applause is the height of humor. Let's take a moment and take a quick run through her costume. Black heels, pink tights, black and gray trousers, as elegant a jacket as possible, a pink shirt, and black gloves. Our good old amorous fighter would change his preference upon seeing this beauty. Okay, back to the events of the series. Remember I said there's a control panel with buttons on it. I think one of the many buttons is what prevents the flush. In order to do that, the hairy one had to activate the button while spinning, but he didn't have time, so he flushed. I'll say one more thing about Speaker Women. Where were the women agents all this time? Why are they here now? Because we've only seen them in previous episodes, we didn't meet any women agents until episode 49. And have you ever wondered why most of the characters in this universe are male? In the pandemic and the war, women and children were evacuated. Also, women agents were evacuated, so we didn't see TV cameras and speaker women. While the fighting was going on, women were improving their abilities in protected areas, that is bunkers. That's why they're stronger than male agents. Oh, folks, after 6 hours, I finally finished this. I thought I wasn't gonna finish it today. What can I say? That's it. If you liked this video, I'd love your likes. And also, I will be glad if you share this video with your friends. I can tell you that the show is evolving. We've already seen all the female agents. We're supposed to see new races in future episodes. Alright, there's a lot to talk about, but unfortunately the video is going to be a few hours long. I'll see you in other videos. Bye everybody.